All right, we are on in 3 seconds.
Awesome, awesome.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, a weekend review. And as we were coming on, this is our last podcast for January.
And it is.
And next week at this time, we'll be back, but we'll be having some other things to talk about.
Yeah. Lots of other things.
Right. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to play our intro video. That way you can like, share, and comment, or like, share, subscribe, whatever it is.
Share, subscribe.
All right, like, share, and subscribe. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
Not guilty.
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here. to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review, where we stream live from Mott Branch Library. So shout out to the staff, Kevin, the branch manager, all right, the branch manager, and everybody here that lays out the red, black, and green carpet for us. Let's get into some intros. As Jody said earlier, this is our last show for the month of January. We stream once a week. We don't do this every day, all right, but we stream every once a week and bring together some of the stories that we believe are important to us, our neighborhood and the community. So let's get into some intros. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey, who we had on last week.
A very rare occasion.
Yeah, it's not often we have all of those three guys that are on to talk about their journey. And what am I wearing today? I've got on my All Lives Can't Matter Until Black Lives Matter shirt. And while I'm wearing this shirt today, we know everything that's going on in the country. But as a people, let's not lose sight of our issues that we have. Let's continue to reconcile our relationships. Let's continue to take better care of ourselves. Let's continue to spend with those that care about us and protect our communities. There's a lot going on, but don't let that sidetrack you from the things that's been going on in our country, been going on in our community. And if other people are showing up for the party, bless their heart, have had it. All right. And also an active and registered member of the Nation of Islam here in Toledo. So shout out to the labor and staff, our brother Captain Michael Muhammad, our student minister, Brother Edwin Muhammad, and student sister captain, Sister Yvette Muhammad. All of those people are part of the making of Brother Washington. We don't have them on the show often, but when we do, it's always good to have them on, because there's more to Brother Washington than just hands up, don't shoot, and Black Lives Matter, and in a lot of other things that you might see. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And we created this platform for the protest community and activist culture, wherever we find us, if it's in education, if it's in arts and culture, if it's in health, wherever you find us, that we need a platform to speak our truth. And all of our truth may not be wrapped up in police brutality. There's some other things that we're doing, also, Jody. So we welcome our comrades and fellow revolutionaries in our community that's making our communities a safe and decent place to live. Oh, also, I've got my glasses on from Optical, Twix in between. So if you see my sister, Christian Moncrief, just remind her that 15% discount, because I said it on our podcast.
She's just going to have to send us a commercial in.
I know, that is right. Hey, can you introduce yourself? And then we're going to get into our mission statement, our guiding principle. Then we'll get into our Black Lives Matter moment, some of those things that you and I have gone through in CSRN that kind of stand out to us.
What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization that is going into its Well, we are in our 11th year.
Yeah, we're
going
already
into our 12th year and 6 years. I repeat that again: 6 years on air as a independent podcast, radio show, whatever you want to call it. It's just not trendy topic or triggering. Way to reach out to the community. Not everything ends at the end of a street or a protest or at the end of an election, which are coming up again. Just to remind people, if you don't like what you're seeing going on in the world, get them out of office. Easy way to deal with that in the short term. Long term is, again, before
I was going to just show up to the office and throw them out. Is that what you meant? All right, is that what you meant?
The windows are a little bit brittle now with the store, and it might work now. Anyway.
We got snow on the ground, so it'll be nice soft landing for them. All right, it's a good start.
But for all of you out there listening, we thank you for coming and joining us each and every single week. We thank you for leaving comments and telling your friends to come be guests on the show, because we are a very different podcast or show than what you would see normally online, and that is something that doesn't get hyped or have all the bells or whistles. We're not on here having to fight people or actually your opinion on world powers, and you work at the community center. I get those things, but in some places, as I've learned over the years, by taking political office, by writing books, by doing activism, going to change laws, not everybody is built the same. You can't always force your friends into politicizing everything, because that just may not be their niche in life. They may be the funding person, they may be the protest person, or they may be the person that has a digital network of friends that they can actually get the message out on. They don't have to be there in person, but for those of you that can't see us in person, because we're not just on Facebook Live and YouTube Live and stuff like that, we're also on Spotify. So we describe ourselves because we want you to know that the information or the news that you're getting is from people that look like us. So I'm a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and artifacts. I wear my own clothing brand and hats and stuff like that, just to show people the entrepreneurship side of business. It doesn't always have to be somebody else's company logo to make you feel important. It could be your own, even if it's a small little company. I only sell maybe a few hundred items every year. Taxes, you didn't hear that. But still, I enjoy my living of being able to travel around the world, meet people, have my own opinion, because there's many things in this world that are going on that I don't agree with, but it's not my fight. If you understand it's not my fight, we all good. You might understand some of the other stuff on this board.
That's right.
But with everything going on in the world, also, depending on where you are across the United States, hello, because you might be coming out the house like me, myself, for the first time in a couple of days, trying to let road crews out there do their job and clean the roads and make sure things are good while we go through the first kind of blizzard in like 4 or 5 years where the snow stuck.
Yeah.
And everything. So shout out to all of the road service crews out there and all the municipalities trying to keep people out of ditches and safe in spaces like that. You guys are doing a great job, at least for what I'm seeing. I don't know. I don't watch news or be on social media as much as I used to anymore, because I did my job. Wrote books, put myself in museums and everything like that. Now I just want to kind of encourage people into believing that you can do it without all the algorithms and AI and boosted posts and stuff like that. Either way, how do you get to the comfortability of doing this once a week or doing anything involving activism that doesn't just like rack your brain or make you want to go out and fight somebody? Because that's not always the answer. I get,
and you don't know who you fighting either.
You never know who you're fighting. It could just be a crazy person with immunity. It's like, ooh, a reason to kill somebody.
That's right.
Anyway, things have evolved with activism over the last few years, and it's a lot to see what we were talking about as crazy people on the streets a decade ago, plus to, oh, it's happening to us now. Help us.
Help us. All right, yeah.
I'll go stop.
I'll be right. Just hold up. I'll be right there.
But ultimately, the thing
let's go.
of that is, because it's not about immigration. It's not about A lot of stuff that people keep throwing titles on is about injustice. If I see the person next to me being harmed, I'm going to try and help them. I may not know what they did 10 years ago. In that moment, I'm going to try and help them. I get in a lot of fights online with people because they're like, but they don't care about you in their country. I ain't in their country. They here. This is the person I see. Leave me alone unless you want to throw a brick first. Anyway, we have a mission statement
and our guiding principles
that keeps us level-headed when we're like, you know what, maybe I should just push the pedal. And it's like, nah, because I got bills, I got friends, I got this to take care of. And if I'm not here, and if I'm the backbone of whatever organization or family unit system that I'm a part of, losing me is traumatic. So it pauses you to think about these things that are important. Mission statement is like our foundation, and the
guiding principles are like the glue that holds everything together.
Yeah, because when the storms come, and as we see, they will be coming, you need something to brace yourself against that's just not you. Anyway, we are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014. The day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, provoked, attacked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police impunity has to end. We utilize police brutality as the end. We utilize the tactics of my brain's going right now. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, as Brother Washington's shirt says, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
And I think that goes into a lot of what you're saying, because yes, we like to organize for our own, but there's sometimes that there's some intersectionality that happens. And it has to be organic. It can't be something that's manufactured and made up. And that's why we have our guiding principles. This is what keeps things together, because within CSR, and it's quite a few people, and all of us may not love the same, worship the same, think the same, but there's something that holds us together, and these are our guiding principles. All Black lives matter, queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently able Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe.
Ashe.
And that means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe.
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe.
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe.
Ashe.
principled struggle can exist in a positive environment, we must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe.
Ashe.
Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe.
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe.
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe.
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe.
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe.
Ashe.
I think that takes us to what we call our Black Lives Matter moment. And you and I have been organizing since the inception of CSRN, and we've seen a lot of things, Jody, and we've been a lot of places together. And one of the Black Lives moments that I like to highlight, I think we were talking with Lynn Hamer, who's head of the Break the Silence MLK speech that's happening, I think it's on the 13th of April. And we'll be giving some everyone updates because that's coming up it'll be coming up real soon. Okay. And we talked about this at one point in CSRN. There was a group that wanted us to organize in a way that many of us would end up being hurt or jailed. I don't mind going to jail for the right thing, but no one's going to make up something. And the moment came when we actually had to vote on which idea that we were going to do. Were we going to do something that was properly planned, or were we going to do something that was, stupidly hurried and may have people get hurt? And at this meeting, I invited our brother Rahway Schumann, who's not with us anymore, Ashe. We invited Sister Twyla Page and a few others because we didn't want this thing that was this beautiful thing that it started to take a turn and have others lead it that really don't have our best interests. And we ended up agreeing to have a remembrance of the fallen. And we ended up meeting at the steps of One Government Center and listing all of those who have died from police violence and mob violence, and had each person come up and talk about that person. That was the wise thing to do. And just a shout out to everybody that was involved in that, because sometimes organizations get turned and they end up being something that they didn't start out. And at one point, somebody has to stand up, and we ended up standing up. And some of those that wanted that type of thing to happen are no longer with us, and I'm fine with that too. Yeah. So that's my Black Lives Matter. Jody, is there something that kind of stands out to you that we've been through together?
Yeah, actually something that we are doing next week for the 6th time in the history of the United States, raising the Pan-African flag during Black History Month. That is something, hey, Boo Nanny Morgan, that is something that was never done before. And now this will be our 6th year doing it at One Government Center. So every proceeding, I guess, decision that's made during February, as it's been done, will be done with our flag representing it.
Right.
All of the things that get changed, everybody that comes into the office. So I thank our commissioners, the Port Authority, the NAACP, because it was the final moment came and we had got to know, and I was already getting my grappling hook together.
Yeah, it was going up. All right. We may have to bond you out, but the flag was going up.
So that is something that, no other organization, it may happen for a day or in remembrance of, they'll go to a library or somewhere. Yeah. No, we said we want the government building.
That's right.
Everybody that has to come and do politics during this month or act something has to see us represented.
That's right.
It's not a huge law changing thing, or kind of can be. It never took on federally and stuff, but it's something that you can get here and only here. Hopefully, maybe it'll go through other cities and states. I know there are other places that do it for the day or like a weekend or something like that, but we wanted the whole month.
Yeah.
So we got the whole month.
That's what's up.
Maybe not entirely. There was like 1 year where it started where we got to raise the flag on the 28th because that was the last Tuesday before the next one. And like this one, some people may say, well, you're not doing it on the 1st. Well, the 1st is Sunday. I'm sorry. We also still have to work in the restraints of when they will be in office.
All good.
And there was 1 year where it stayed up until like the middle of March because there was some stuff going on with political stuff and everything. But that was nice. It's something that gives representation because now Google and the algorithm and stuff controls everything. So this will be a part of history that hopefully gets kept or recorded by people.
That's
versus, everything else. Because when I'm not online, like me, myself, I've been in the house since Sunday. We got called off of work, told staying home. And so I did that. So I get to doom scroll and see what's going on in the world. I've heard about Minnesota a lot. And it's refreshing to talk to people that were there versus hearing something. And then it's a lot that goes on. Because, a lot of my memories from the 80s and 90s are kind of skewed. I won't go into all of that, but it's a little bit different than what I remember it. So I'm glad I was there to see something like the Bernstein Bears and other things like that are just a little bit off and different. And you can't really say, no, it wasn't, because your only resource is your phone or computer.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Okay. I did not know we were going there. All right. But hey, let's take a short break and we're going to come back. Got some things to discuss. This is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Elgic channel. In our last video, we learned how to properly clean our TV for that perfect movie night. In case you missed it, you can check it out by clicking the link below. But what's a TV without its remote control? It's the accessory that gets handled the most and collects a lot of germs, dust, and grime. So today, we're giving it a proper clean to keep it fresh and ready for use. And the best part is that these same steps can also be used for streaming sticks, gaming controllers, and even household appliance remotes. Now, let's get it clean. To clean your remote, all you need are household items. You'll need a microfiber cloth, a small brush or toothbrush, a toothpick, rubbing alcohol or bleach-free disinfecting wipes, and a cotton swab. Now, to clean our remote, first, remove the batteries. Then, tap the back to shake out loose debris. Use a toothbrush and toothpick to remove crumbs and dirt between the buttons. Next, for an initial wipe, dampen your microfiber cloth with alcohol or use disinfecting wipes to wipe down the front, back, and side of the remote. Remember, never spray liquid directly on any controller. To ensure the areas around the buttons are disinfected, dip a cotton swab in alcohol, squeeze out the excess, and wipe the nooks and crannies around the buttons. Then do a final wipe down. Lastly, allow the remote to air dry before reinstalling the batteries. And there you have it, a fresh and disinfected remote control. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. You can click the link in the description box below for our other tutorials. And don't forget, cleaning is a family affair. See you next time, and as always, let's get it clean.
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
All right, we're back. This is the CSRN, our podcast, our weekend review. We had a couple of new videos. One was the Let's Get It Clean video. The Sisters of the Nation of Islam have a website where you can go and learn how to get some things sanitized and clean. We had the remote right there, and we're going to try to see if we can upload a few more videos to show, because if we're going to promote something, we might as well promote something that's going to better our community. And the last video commercial was the Final Call newspaper. So what I wanted to do right now, if I could find the latest edition of the Final Call newspaper and put it up there, this week's edition. Hey, I got a paper one here. All right, too. It says the deceitful motives and plans, Board of Peace Charter, no Gaza, no Palestinians, and it says see page 2. So if I were to, if you want, you can log on to finalcall.com and see that, read that story in its entirety. But there's just a couple of paragraphs that I want to read, or maybe a few lines of this story, because I think this is important. Even though we're seeing a lot of other things happen, I don't think that we need to just take our eye off of everything that's happening in the world. I think we really need to stay focused. And this is from an article that's written from Brian E. Muhammad. He's one of the staff writers at the Final Call. And it says that the United States has launched what it calls a Board of Peace initiative that effectively places Gaza's post-war reconstruction and economic future on the global market. It says, initially framed as a path to recovery for a war-ravaged area decimated by Israel's genocide of the Palestinian people, the plan invited dozens of governments to buy their way into the decision-making process with permanent seats costing $1 billion. Man. And lastly, it says that at a sideline event during the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland on January 22nd, 19 nations signed on, formalizing an approach to Gaza's future that critics argue replaces the political self-determination with managed recovery under foreign control. So if you can, keep up looking at that story, because it's what America does. America did that. Heck, America did that in America.
Right.
All right. America did that in America. America did it in Libya. America did it in Iraq, in Central and South America. America did that in Africa. So, those are some stories that you really have to make sure you be aware of. The so-called Border Peace Charter, no Gaza, no Palestinians. Get this week's edition of the Final Call. You'll find this week's edition at some of the stores in our community. If you go to Nitty's Barbershop, we've got the Final Calls there. Foster's, Impeccable, Steve's Sporting Cuts, H&G's, Barbershop on Door Street, Bobby Howard's, and many other places. I think there was another story that I wanted to highlight that's really important to Black communities. Let's see if we can find this story. It's predatory landlords are driving eviction and homelessness in Black communities. And this story is by Sister Anissa Muhammad. She's a staff writer at the Final Call newspaper. And these stories are in the current edition of the Final Call. And if it's happening, and these types of things are happening right here in Toledo, if you have a home, if you have a place to live, consider yourself blessed. There's many of us that don't have a home. The report says reports, studies, and news accounts from the past few years have documented this ongoing problem plaguing Black neighborhoods stemming from corporate greed at the expense of human life. Predatory corporate landlords and institutional investors are buying single-family homes in Black neighborhoods across the country, driving up rent and aiding in Black eviction and homelessness rates. In his book, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's book, The Torchlight for America, he says that America also throws away the taxpayers' money by commissioning valuable studies, yet the government never really uses the results for the purpose of doing good. Though many of these studies are unpopular, they provide solutions that America could perhaps use to stop the ship of state from sinking. Now, this book was written in 1993. There's another book by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called The Fall of America that was printed, I think, in the late 60s, early 70s. I should know when the book, but anyway, check those books out. You can just lay those books on what we're seeing in the community now, what you're seeing happening now, and that way you can at least be aware. I think one of the last stories I wanted to cover was what's happening next month, and this is Savior's Day 2026. If you've never been to a Nation of Islam Savior's Day commemoration, you should go. It's like the real state of Black America. And when I say the real state, it's because our Savior's Day commemorations are not sponsored by corporate America. It is not bought to you by Budweiser, Procter & Gamble, or Nestle. And Savior's Day, this is just a quick definition, and then we'll get into the next thing that I wanted to discuss that's happening right here in Toledo next week. But for Savior's Day is an annual Nation of Islam commemoration of the birth of Master Fard Muhammad, the great Mahdi of the Muslims and Messiah to the Christians, who appeared in North America July 4th, 1930, and declared that the 400 years of bondage Black people were served in America had ended. So, July 4th, you might see Brother Washington doing some things at the mosque. It will not be with a red, white, and blue flag, though. But that's the day that Master Fard Muhammad appeared in North America. That's the teacher of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the teacher of Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it goes on and on and on and on. This is our 95th year of the Nation of Islam being here in North America, being here established, and we're not going anywhere. It is what it is. I said what I said. And that's those are some updates from the Final Call newspaper. One of the things that I wanted to highlight, Jody, is what's happening next week. I think that we showed this picture next week, but now I think we got a little bit extra facts to discuss regarding the flag raising. This is happening on February 3rd at One Government Center. And the time to be there is 10:30. At 10:30, we're going to be outside, depending on the weather, right?
Right.
Depending on the weather, we'll be outside. We'll have our flag raising outside at 10:30. Jody, if you raise the flag, I'll do the CSRN pledge, the solidarity pledge, while the flag is being raised. And then from that, we'll go inside when at 11 o'clock, the Lucas County Commissioners program starts. And before that program starts, we at CSRN has some words regarding the Pan-African flag and Black History Month. And as Jody said earlier, this is not just for one day. It's for the whole month. And I think for CSRN, it means a lot. It's our flag, that flag that's being raised is our beautiful 8-foot by 5-foot flag that we have. We keep it in an undisclosed location. We keep it safe because it comes out once a year.
Yep.
It comes out once a year, and we raise it high at One Government Center. And lastly, Jody, a big shout out to those that made this happen when we pulled up to them, and that's the Lucas County Commissioners and Pete Gherkin at that time. He was the one that said, "Hey, look, since it's not going to go up on the city's flagpole, let's have it go up on the county's flagpole." All right, it was going up, but it was probably come down the same day, and we'll bail each other out. All right, but big shout out to the Lucas County Commissioners and the Port Authority that owns that property that helped us make this happen. A big shout out to the NAACP Toledo, and particularly Ray Wood and Willie Perryman. It was Willie Perryman that instructed me the 1, 2, and 3 approach of making this happen. And then it was Ray Wood, who was president of the NAACP at that time, would join me in some of those meetings. And Ray Wood refused, he refused anything less than that flag going up for a month. There was, it
got heated.
It got heated. However, the flag is going up, and we thank all of those that were involved, in that. And whenever you're doing something like that, you're going to be met with some opposition, and depending on how we handle opposition will determine if we're going to get that thing done or not. I'd like to dedicate this flag raising this year to our sister, Dr. Gwen Wilson, who recently passed. So now she's an ancestor. So I'm dedicating this flag raising to her. She's a wonderful CSRN member, and she's done a lot of work for the Smith Park area, a lot of work for the faith community and the multi-faith community. So yeah, this one is for her. And also our elder this year is going to be our brother Terry Crosby, who is a hometown hero. So he'll be our elder to give us permission. And Terry, we're only saying a couple of words, all right? Just a couple words. I'd hate to have that big cane come out. All right. That's a big guy. So, all right, you may take a couple of us. So those are the things that I wanted to highlight with the flag raising that's happening on the 3rd. And it's also lifting up our sister Dr. Gwen Wilson, and be it the will of God. Next week, I think the Inglewood community organizers had put something together to honor our sister. However, the libraries were closed yesterday. So we're looking for Shannon with a C to put something together. CSRN will be there, and everybody that supports us and supports Dr. Gwen will be there. So at this point, are we going to a short break? Or are we going? I think we're going. Are we going for a short break? Or
yeah, we can go for a short break.
All right. That'll give some time to process what we just talked about. Hey, this is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. Whenever we come back, there's always some changes. And as soon as the cameras came on, I felt like there was a breeze coming through. So I'm like, where's my hat? But yeah, so I'm feeling a little breeze going through. But hey, we're back. And just a reminder that the Pan-African flag raising is happening February 3rd. That's a Tuesday. Be there by 10:30. If you get there a little earlier than 10:30, that'll be good too. But it's going to be a brief flag raising ceremony outside, and then we're going to do all of our formal ceremony inside with Brother Terry Crosby, and also Dr. Tracy Perryman's that's going to open up. We'll lift every voice and sing, and I'm always excited to have Dr. Tracy be with us. So what we want to do right now is talk about some of the things that's going on in the community, some of the events that we attended last week and promoted last week, and some of the ones that are either happening today or happening very near in the future. Jody, what are our updates for this week?
Well, besides the blizzard that shut everything down this week and canceled all the plans and might make your check a little bit shorter come next week, or depending on how you get paid. These are some of the things that were going on from last Wednesday until now. Still feels a little low. There we go. So starting off with last Wednesday, January 21st, there was the film mixer. Toledo Film held its film mixer at M. Osteria Bar. We hold 4 of them a year. So there'll be another one in case you missed this one in the spring. Announcements to be made and everything like that. From what I saw, there was a lot of people down there. I saw Danetta and Monique Ward. She was down there and stuff. First one I couldn't be at. Also, a definite birthday shout out to my friend who was there, one of the founders of Toledo Film, holding his birthday and everything party there. So from what I saw, it was well attended and everything. So shout out to everybody that showed up. Also, we got the announcement, and then I'm in a few film groups in Toledo that they are doing open castings for the next Superman movie. They're letting us know right now. So if you're in one of the film groups or something like that, Cleveland will be holding open auditions for the next Superman movie, which will be shot partially in Cleveland again. So stay on it. Talk to Film Toledo or Toledo Has Talent and other organizations if you want to be part of those extras and stuff. I know last year while we were shooting Eeny Meeny, they also had people go out to Cleveland and enjoying part of that and stuff like that. So great opportunity right there. Also that Wednesday, the reason why I couldn't be there, which was probably the first film mixer I missed, was my first feature of the year at Poetry and Soul. with Kay Renee and everybody over there at Toll House inside Lucille's Lounge. Reverse that sentence. Lucille's Lounge inside of Toll House. But it was a great way to start the year off with lots of poetry. My co-feature was Bungalow, and he gave a great performance and everything. It was nice seeing all the people out there that were able to make it out despite the weather. The weather wasn't as bad as it's gotten, but it's still cold and a little dreary and stuff. So to have another house packed and everything was great. I got to see a lot of my friends for the first time this year. That being a lot of entertainers only see stuff when we are entertaining other people. So it was nice to see everybody, and shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to the people that came up and bought a few crystals and everything like that. Thursday, January 22nd was the MLK Experience Living Memory Gathering. And this was at Mott Branch Library. I'm pretty sure the weather hadn't gotten bad yet then. So that was from 6 to 8 p.m. It was here, hosted by the Human Relations Commission, Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And moving forward from that, there was the Community Learning Series at the Aurora Gonzalez Center, Believe Center, and that was Saturday, the 24th at 11 a.m. It was register online and everything. So if you were able to make that out,
I know what you meant.
But coming up, since a lot of that stuff did get canceled and it got taken off of my thing, here's some things that are going on right now as we speak. I was able to make it 2 weeks ago because we took a week off. But right now they have at the Black Kite, the listening room is happening. TRL open mic. It's the Black Kite. They alternate between there and Handmade Toledo. So that is going on until 9 p.m. tonight. If you still wanted to make it out, you have more than enough time. If you want to brave the weather and everything like that, it is a free open mic for those that may be asking. Sometimes there's snack and food and stuff like that. Since they're at the Black Kite, I'm pretty sure they would provide some of the snacks and victuals and all of that good stuff. Upcoming events that I do have on my docket until we come back are, let's see, the You Matter Day, which is Prevention, Suicide, and Kindness online. That is going on February 10th until February 11th. It's a 24-hour service thing. So February 10th through 11th, that's an online event. You can check on social medias and find out where you get the link and everything for the You Matter Day. Also, Tuesday, February 10th, is going to be a bystanders intervention in public spaces. This is going to be at 325 North Michigan in Toledo, Ohio. And that is trying to find something sooner, but I think everybody else is holding off on their events until they see what's going on with the weather, because I believe we do have another, maybe a little flurries going on before then. But the Blarney is having an event. It is called the Black Ice Jam, and this is going to be at the Blarney Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm sure weather willing and everything. That is 39 North Huron Street here in Toledo, Ohio, and that is going on the 29th. See if there's anything else that's going on before mid-February and before we come back. Not that I can see of, not that I've been invited to. And that is it. Until I can see some more things, I will throw them up on the page if there is some more things for the community events. I know a movie that is coming out that was created in Toledo called No Love. That is going to be on Valentine's Day weekend. Shout out to Veers and Movie Mail and all of the actors involved in that film. It's going to be at the Maumee Theater. So be on the lookout for that, for the flyers and everything. I'm pretty sure they will put an event together. Hey, Terry Crosby, see he reacted to our message on what's happening in and around Lucas County. So we'll be seeing you in about a week for that good old flag raising. And I believe that is all the stuff that I have for going on.
And before we started the podcast, we were visited by Dr. Lynn Hamer.
Mm-hmm.
And in April, we're having the Breaking the Silence, which is, which we will be reciting the speech regarding Vietnam that Dr. King spoke, which was, I think, maybe one of his last speeches. Also was happening at the Monroe Street United Methodist Church on Sunday, February 15th, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. There's a movie called The 13th regarding the 13th Amendment. It says how minorities have been criminalized and exploited, how our country created these systems, and how we can change them. This is co-sponsored by the Toledo Citizen and CSRN. Also, there's going to be a few other things that's going to be happening at the Monroe Street United Methodist Church. And I mention that because there's a lot of activism that we've done that comes from that church. And shout out to the leadership at that church that consistently are working to make things better. Man, also what I wanted to say is, if you like what we do, I don't know if I want to say, is that, it's like, subscribe, like, and share. What we're trying to do, we're trying to have at least 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and then we'll get that plaque in the mail. The clip art that you see now, we did that maybe a couple of years ago. I'm sure we've got at least 3 more subscribers. If you want to support us via Cash App. That's the cash tag CSRN Toledo 419. PayPal is CSRN 419. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Listen to us on Spotify. I've subscribed with YouTube, and I'm going to start doing X. So we'll have some posts on X every once in a while. If you like our Black Lives Matter signs, inboxes are $20 each. We've got those. We've got the defund the police. And most of the people that didn't like to defund the police signs,
now they want to
defund the ICE. All right. Okay. All right. I'm saying welcome to the party. Like 6
Same
years.
people, just a different uniform.
You're 6 years late, but come on to the party. I think we were the first that was talking about defund the police, disband the police, abolish the police, but abolish that form of the police that does more harm than good. Defund that part of the police that does more harm than good, and disband those crooked cops that continue to wreak havoc in our community. Now, of course, we can't put all of that on the sign. That'd be a lot on the sign. So we say defund Toledo PD. And if you know, you know. Jody, I think that I've covered all that we could possibly cover. Man, it's time for 5 minutes of heat. And what 5 minutes of heat is how we close out. We close out using creative expression, and we took that term 5 minutes of heat from the old Houdini song, 5 Minutes of Funk. And at CSRN, we always remix something and kind of make it our own. So we did that with the 5 Minutes of Funk. We come up with 5 minutes of heat. And Jody, you have been our 5 minutes of heat person for the last going on 12 years now. What do you have for us today?
So since we are in flag raising territory, I'm going to do one that started off the 2022 Black History Month. It's very interesting, and I think, I don't know about next week, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do subscribe, since that is a little bit more revolutionary, and then probably just drop Glass City Strong at the end, since Glass City Strong is about 2 minutes, but the subscribe piece, which after you hear it, especially the edited rendition for performance, which goes the like, share, subscribe, which is repeated in almost any social media you can see nowadays. If you are a streamer or something like that, that is your Bible saying those 3 words right there. And I know it's kind of cringy, but after you hear the piece, you'll understand how much we are leaving to future generations. But this piece was born because back in 2019, I created an illustration called Pandemical Revolution Through the Eyes of the Woke. And on that was everything we had been going through. It was completed in 2020, October, but it started the night from basically a 6-month period. So I saw what was going on in the world before we were shut down, and I decided to put it in artwork. And one of those little pieces, the signs, there are 42 of them, and 24 on the right side. It's a long story, it's complicated, but one of them says, "Trust us." So just before, and that's crazy to think about, we've been at war, or Russia has been at war with Ukraine since 2022, because like 2 weeks later, that's when we got the announcement that they actually invaded. And this is 3 years later. So Trust Us is basically another look. And I have a whole bunch of biops or I guess thought experiments on the worst parts of government, like the human condition and criminal needs and everything like that. Trust Us is just a blanket statement. Even Surviving Nothing, which is in my books. If you check out the childhood trauma series, these past half a decade has been that part of my life where I wanted to do more than just poetry. So this is more than just poetry. And if you hear some of what's going on, my apologies. So let's begin. Peace. Trust us. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, they will come for you. They will come for your ability to travel. They will come for your ability to feed your family. They will come for your ability to shelter your family. They will come for your ability to educate your family. They will come for your ability to provide, yes, provide for your family. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, we will incentivize you. We will use your religious beliefs against you. We will offer you freedom. We will confuse you with choice. We will give you everything, yes, everything that delays you from independent thought. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, you will do anything, yes, anything we tell you to. You will march, protest, and divide yourselves amongst your strength. You will fight, yes, fight over everything we tell you to. You will do, yes, do the ostracizing and identifying for us. You will obey. You will not question. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, give us everything, yes, everything we ask for. Give us your identity to sell to our designer products. Give us more time, yes, more time than you have to spend with you or your own family. Give us your fear, hate, love, dreams, and we will create a lifestyle you will never want to leave. Give us your pain, sorrow, anguish, loneliness, and nightmare-filled tears so we can create a world where you are the victim, yes, the victim in every scenario. Give us your hope. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, trust us. And we will give you, yes, give you everything we feel you deserve. It will come for you. And as long as you, yes, as long as you trust us, giving us everything we ask for. We will offer you anything you want in peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. So, all right, before we log off, we talked about which pieces that you're going to do next week.
Yes.
All right. And so be there.
It'll be interesting.
Be there. One Government Center, 10:30 for the initial flag raising, along with the CSRN Solidarity Pledge. And then join us inside the commissioner's chambers. I'll have some words to speak. We'll have 5 minutes of heat with Jody Summers.
7.
All right, 7 minutes of heat with Jody Summers. And we have also other speakers. I think we're going to have the mayor there.
Possibly.
Some of the city council members there. This is about us. And as always, all lives can't matter until what? Black lives matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else?
Yeah.